Hello and hello. This is Brandie with an IE and Mullen with an EN, no S. Again, this is Brandie with an IE and Mullen with an EN, no S. And this is your Tarotscope for June of 2018. I'm super excited to be here with you. And I just want to let you know that this coming up June, because it is May right now, is going to be amazing. There's so many things that are going on, and I am going to be using the tarot. So I'm going to be using the tarot to give you the information that the divine is giving me. I want to let you know that, like I said, my name is Brandie with an IE, and Mullen with an EN, no S. And if you would like to know more about me and who I am, I'm a psychic medium. I am a master prophetess. I speak those things that are not as though they were. If you want to know more about me, go to my website, goddessbrandie.wixsite.com/Oshun. That is goddessbrandie.wixsite.com/Oshun. And that's like the goddess Oshun. And that's Brandie with an IE. And you can definitely, I have a whole website where I offer all different types of readings, from twin flame readings to intuitive tarot, past life regression readings. I do all different types of things. So if you want to know more about me and you want to get a reading from me after seeing this tarot scope, you can go ahead and go to my website again. That's Goddess Brandie with an IE, .wixsite, WIXSITE.com /TC. I'm sorry, forward, that was my other website, /Oshun. So that's goddessbrandie.wixsite.com /Oshun. So this is going to be your tarot scope for 2018. What I'm going to do right now is I'm going to bring in the energy of the Ascended Masters, the Archangels, and if you would like to, I know maybe people don't pray on here, but I always, before I go into any messages in spirit, I go ahead and I pray. And I bring in the Ascended Masters. So if you would like to join me, go ahead and do so. But then I will be giving the messages for June of 2018, okay? So let's go ahead and pray. Divine masculine, divine feminine energy of the universe, both left and right brain. We're just so thankful and honored to be here on one accord with all of these YouTubers and all of these wonderful energies of light and love that are going to view this YouTube broadcast. Right now, as we move forward, I rebuke and I bind up every demonic force, every evil spirit, every principality, rulers of darkness, of the sage, spiritual wickedness in high places. According to Matthew 18:18, what's bound on earth shall be bound in heaven, and what's loosed on earth shall be loosed in heaven, as above, so below. And I loose right now love, peace, joy, a sound mind, grace, and mercy. And right now, as we move forward into this tarot scope, I call upon right now all of the wonderful archangels and all the wonderful ascended masters to be here with us. I even call upon our galactic light beings from the 22 galaxies to be here with us. I call upon right now the energies of just wonderful energies of the fifth dimension and higher. Any frequencies of energy that are under under fifth dimensions of consciousness, we remove it right now. And as we move forward, I call upon all 12 dimensions of consciousness. May this tarot scope activate and cause greatness in each person that listens to it. Ashe, amen, namaste, and so mote it be. Alrighty, so we're going to get started. What I'm going to do is I am going to go ahead and just shuffle some of these wonderful cards. And again, for those of you who are seeing me for the first time, my name is Brandie with an IE and Mullen with an EN, no S. And I am on Facebook. Find me on Facebook under Brandie Mullen. And you can find me, it says Master Prophetess Brandie Mullen. Or you can go to my Instagram, which is Miss Pisces 0304. Yes, I am a Pisces. So we'll be getting to your tarot scope. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to breathe in some frequency and energy. And then from there, we're going to get started. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and start, and let me see. Alrighty. So I'm going to start with Aries. Aries, this is for June of 2018. This is your Tarotscope. So I see here that there are going to be some frequencies of energy that are going to be shifting and changing, meaning, Aries, that you're going to go through releasing things that no longer serve you, letting go of things that no longer serves you. So, but what Spirit is saying is that you haven't been doing that at all. You have been avoiding that. Like, if I could take care of everyone else, or look to the left and the right to distract myself from what I'm actually going through, then I will do that. But in this time period, in the month of June, you're going to begin to have time of isolation where you're going to say, hey, I don't know why, but I'm calling my best friend and my mama and my aunties and my cousins, and nobody's answering their phone. And you're going to be actually forced to look at your inner self, look at your inner childhood, look at frequencies of energy within yourself. So that isolation time is going to be awesome. Make sure you take that time to do that. It's going to be very self-reflective. And in fact, it's going to take you and push you to the next level of the purpose, the destiny, and the call that is on your life. But it's required, that Spirit is saying, make sure that you, once you start feeling that isolation time, you know, your mate is probably not going to be as available if you're in a relationship. But I literally can see you going in and saying to yourself, hey, I am going to heal. Finally, I'm going to take a look at myself. And as you begin to take a look at yourself, I want you to, during the June the 28th, around June the 28th, it's going to be the full moon energy. I want you to write down what no longer serves you, and I want you to go ahead and let it go. Burn it, put it in water, whatever. Do some type of ritual to get rid of it. June is going to be an awesome time of that. We're coming into that energy of Gemini, more Gemini, and then we're going into that energy of Cancer at the end of the month. So it's important around the 21st of June. It's going to be important that you intellectually take your feelings and emotions, and you make a decision. You say, okay, I'm going to consciously let go of these fears, worries, stresses, things that I've been running away from, I really haven't wanted to deal with. And if I could deal with your issue, if I could deal with you, then I'll deal with you. You can't do that anymore. You're not going to be able to be distracted. So that's what I see for Aries for the month of June. So I'm going to go to Taurus. Taurus, I can see here that you no longer are going to be going through, there's been some time where you felt a little bit stagnant. There's some stagnant energy that had been going on. There were some things that you thought were going to happen that didn't happen the way you thought it was going to happen. Fears begin to creep in. You begin to, there's a lot of isolation that's been taking place throughout the stars I see here. But there was some time where you said, you know what, I'm just going to stay in my routine, because you know, Taurus, you guys stay in a routine. And once you stay in that routine, it's hard for you to come out of that routine. But you're coming out of that. You're coming out of that routine. Things didn't happen the way you thought they would happen, but you're getting a new beginning, and that is going to be to create your destiny. Speak those things that are not as though they were. Begin to allow new energies to come in, new frequencies of energy. You stayed on that path. It didn't work out the way you wanted it to, but it's because of the fact that you had not been speaking those things that are not as though they were. So it's going to be important that you understand that you're coming out of that stifled energy and you are progressing, you are growing, you are going to the next level of your life. So there's new energies that are going to be coming in. Make sure you attune to that. Also, the depression, I'm going to say it, a lot of you have been feeling like depressed or sad or worried about certain situations. That's actually going to be changing. And I can see here that there's going to be major changes. And the number 5 popped out to me. The number 5. And right now I get this card. I get the 5 of Cups here. There's going to be a lot of energies that are going to be shifting, and there's going to be a lot of changes, which is good for you because you get stuck in this zone and you can't come out the zone. But you're going to be doing that now. You're going to be doing that now, and the depression is lifting. And from the depression lifting, there's going to be some new energies. Go out. If someone calls you and says, hey, what's up? You want to go out? You got to be like, yes, I want to go out with you. Even if you really don't want to go out, make yourself do things differently. But you are coming out of the stifled energy and the depression and the repression. You trying to stay away from, because it's like you were getting hurt. It looks like here, especially in the area of relationships, there was some hurt that was happening. But I see that that is changing, that is shifting, and there are new people coming in. So get ready for that. All right, and I have Gemini here. June is the end of May, early part of June. This is your season, Gemini season. Give a shout out to all my Geminis there. If it's your birthday, make some noise. Hey, it's your birthday. So I see you're going to be walking away from some opportunities that presented itself that doesn't look like what you thought it was going to look like. Job opportunities. Spirit is saying is going to be some job opportunities that are either presenting themselves or have presented itself, and it seemed like a great idea to begin with. And so, like, you were saying, hey, I'm going to go ahead and do this, but all of a sudden you've had a change of heart and you're going to be walking away from opportunities that people are going to be looking and thinking, what in the world is he or she thinking? Like, what's going on here? Like, that's a really good opportunity. What's wrong with them? And you're going to get like a epiphany, or like a moment of clarity where you're going to say, okay, I was only doing this because it looked good on paper. Okay, so it looked good on paper. It looked good like this. It was a good resume builder. It made sense. That cognitive energy of like that left and right brain. Like, you know what I mean? Like, hey, this looks good on paper. But in your heart, you wasn't really feeling it. And so there's going to be some opportunities that you're going to say, nah, I'm going to follow my heart. Even though it makes sense to do this, I'm going to make this decision. And in doing that, you're going to walk into some new energies and frequencies also during this month. That's totally going to blow your mind. That's going to surpass your expectations, and it's going to fulfill here. And that's what you've been wanting to feel is here. So get ready for that. I know that there are some people in your life who are going to be asking a lot of questions, but for real, Gemini, when have you ever explained yourself to anybody? You just do what you want to do. So that is your message. So right now I am going to Cancer. June, the end of June 21st. We're going to be going into the sign of Cancer. And I see that it's going to be, and I'm just going to say it, it's just the bomb. It's going to be an open heaven happening for a lot of Cancers in this season, in the month of June. Opportunities that you have been wanting to happen, such as relationships, relationships mostly. Relationships. Yeah, just relationships. Opportunities or moments that you've been like hoping for. Like, let's say you're in a relationship and the relationship hadn't been going the way you wanted it to. Things were starting to feel like maybe we might break up, maybe we might stay together. With that energy and that frequency, or let's say you are single and you've been waiting on the one to come, your twin flame, your soulmate, whatever it is that you were desiring. I see that spirit is saying it's going to be an open heaven. So what I want you to do is, as I can see spirit showing me to go ahead and to put on a little patchouli, a little jasmine, a little rose oil, wear things that are going to be more attractive to your energy and your frequency. Make sure you get your hair did, your nails did, because you're going to be opening up some doors of love. I see beautiful love coming in. As I'm saying that, I can see like roses coming in. I can see beauty and love happening. Your heart's desire is going to be happening this month. I really, truly see it. Make sure that you decide to not second guess yourself, not put that shell, because Cancer like to put up that shell and have those claws out and are trying to protect yourself at all costs. Allow yourself to be open. I literally can see wonderful things coming in as far as relationships. Even if your relationships are on the brink of failing, I see relationships actually having renewal. So I see that for you. And I get new beginnings for you also. I get the number 10, and 1 plus 0 is 1. So I want to let you know that new beginnings are happening, especially in the area of the heart. So have fun with that. Yay, I'm excited for you guys. So get your love on. Shine on. Get your love on. So that's for Cancer. I have Leo here, the lion, the roaring lion. Y'all love relationships. Y'all love loyalty. Like, y'all love loyalty. And I can see that you're going to be celebrating a lot of... that's so funny because Cancer was saying the same thing. But I can see energies opening up from the north, the south, the east, and the west. Earth, air, fire, and water opening up for you all. I'm going to say it. There's going to be some marriages happening in June for a lot of you Leos. Marriage. Like, if you like the thing, you should have put a ring on. Hey. Like, I see that for you guys. Definitely see that. It's going to be amazing. A lot of you have been searching for that. Like, if you're in, like his Spirit is showing me, if you're in a relationship right now, that people are going to be wanting to commit in the month of June. They're going to say, you know what, I'm ready to commit. I'm ready to put a ring on it. I'm ready to make an honest man or woman out of you. Let's go. So I see that happening. And if you're single, just get ready to be committed, okay? I want you to go put on your Sunday's best. No, but go put on your Sunday's best and have a blast. Have a blast. I know you Leos love to have fun, but you guys have been looking for loyalty. Spirit is saying that loyalty is coming in, commitment. Commitment. Like we're not just talking about... like just love. We're talking about like committed. We're talking about legalities, like signing your name on a dotted line, getting married. That's what I'm seeing here. A lot of marriages for like a lot of engagements are going to be happening for a lot of you Leos. Also, let's see here. Committed people. I see people taking the commitment more seriously. You're not having to, because what Spirit is showing me is that a lot of the Leos have been feeling as if, why is it that I love so hard and I'm always trying to take care of everybody else and nobody's really taking care of me? I see that that's changing, and that people are going to be trying to give you a commitment, give you a lot of love, like wanting, not even love. I'm talking about like they're trying to like wife you and husband you. So that's what I see here. Also, let's go to Virgo. Virgo, it is important right now that you begin to work on your energy of your God and goddessness. It's time for you to walk in your atonement with the divine energy of the universe. There is a lot of power coming to you. You guys are very hard workers, and you complete everything, and you love tangible evidence of your work. But what Spirit is telling me is that you have not been um, recognizing that you are in atonement with the divine energy of the universe. You are not in at one minute. You've been working hard because, like, there's been parts of you that feels like, oh, well, I'm a hard worker, I'll get it done. Like, you know, we like Virgos, we get it done, right? We get the hard work done, and I'm going to make it happen. But Spirit says that's good that you're saying that you're going to make it happen, but you need to raise your frequency of seeing yourself as the highest self, being in that one minute with the divine masculine, divine feminine energy. Once you do that, there's going to be an overflow that is coming in of possibilities because of who you know you are. It's like a confidence level check that Spirit is kind of giving you. So you're going to be going through some tests, some tests of, you know, you having to prove to yourself, like, I am one with the divine energy of the universe, because you've been doing it and doing all this work for a long time, doing all this work, but you have not been walking in your God and goddess energy, your divine power. So it's time for you to start doing that. This month is going to be really awesome. If you go with the flow, and I know you guys are an earth sign, so with it being an earth sign, sometimes you guys get a little stuck in your way, but if you go with the flow of the energy, then there won't be much opposition. But if you don't go with the flow and the energy, and you're bucking against it, then it could be a little bit turbulent. But because you guys are earth sign, very, very, can be a little stubborn. I would say I'm hoping that, like in your moon sign, there are other factors that will help to balance out that. Because if you're like a double, if you're like a earth sign, let's say you're like a Virgo with your moon in Taurus in the second house, you know, this might be a little tough for you. You might be bucking against some stuff. But I feel like the universe is going to teach you lessons on walking in your God energy, your goddess energy, you knowing who you are, and that you are called and chosen for such a time as this, that you are created in the likeness and in the image of the divine. Before the divine, before you were formed in your mother's womb, the divine knew you and appointed you to be a prophet and a prophetess to the nations, right? So if you walk in that frequency and that energy, and you recognize stuff like in the Bible where it says, let us create them in our own image. In the image of God created he them, both male and female. Like if you walk in that energy of like, I serve the divine energy, and so because I am a child of the divine energy, I'm a product of the divine energy, then I am one with the divine energy. That makes me, like, if my mother and father are gods, then like that makes me a god. Like you have to walk in that frequency and energy, and once you begin to do that, there's going to be limitless possibilities just flowing to you, and it's going to take you to a whole nother level. So get ready for that. That was like, I want to be a Virgo with that message. So that's your message. So I want to go to Libra. Libra, of course, you guys are always trying to find that balance with weighing sins and forgiveness. You know, it's important right now that you keep one foot grounded on the earth and have one foot planted in the water, meaning that you have one foot planted where you are grounded and one foot that's in the spiritual. So, it's important that, like, let's say, like, for instance, you really literally have one foot planted in the earth, and then you're playing with the energies of the of the universe, the magician energy. You actually creating from an energy, because you guys are like, I love me some Libras, because you guys can do like 1,500 things at one time. And I mean, just be moving. And like, I mean, you're a producer, you're a TV show host, you are a psychic medium, I mean, you have like 50 million jobs. And so sometimes your energies can fluctuate, but if you always ground yourself, I can see a lot of Libras going out into nature during this time and actually sitting in nature and getting grounded. But as you're doing that, understanding the frequencies around you and then creating from that energy. So I can see you like going out to like the wilderness, or going out to the beach, or going out and staying in nature. But then I can see you actually, like, let me see, how can I put this? I can see you actually like, I'm going to tell you exactly what I see here. So I see you saying, oh, like, abracadabra, this is going to happen, and speaking into existence. But they're saying in the month of June, because you guys get really busy and your energies are everywhere. And, it's just important that you ground, one. Two, begin to play with your spiritual nature. Go into your imagination. I'm going to put it to you just like this. Close your eyes and make believe, and you can be anywhere. Close your eyes and make believe, and you can be anywhere. Close your eyes and make believe, and you can be anywhere. It's time for you to leave out of the third dimensional consciousness and and if you're already doing that, great. But Spirit says that there's an elevation that's taking place in your consciousness, where you're no longer just creating from a three-dimensional mindset, but you are progressing and growing. So if you're a multidimensional being right now and you already are traveling through realms and dimensions, awesome. If not, it's time for you to start, close your eyes and make believing, and you can be anywhere. You can do anything. There's new opportunities that are going to arise from you playing with your imagination, which is your dwelling place of the spiritual world. Literally, if you close your eyes and make believe, once you see it, you can see it. And once you see it, then it can manifest. What I believe, I then feel. And what I feel, I then attract like what I feel, I attract like frequency. So it's time for you to go. But in order to be like this, especially as much as you do, you have to have one foot planted on earth. You have to be grounded. Make sure you're going in the woods and near to the beach, and walking barefoot on the grass, making sure you're grounding. It's important that you do that. But while you're doing that, as you're actually like on a three-dimensional plane, like in the natural right now, you're walking around in the earth. But as you're doing that, you are dreaming. This is your time of big dreams, because it is going to you almost feel like you've reached a plateau, and Spirit is saying it's time for you to elevate past that. So that is for Libra. And let's go to Scorpio. Scorpio. What I'm going to say is, it's important that you, at this time, watch your words. Watch your words. Watch what you say, because you guys know that once you say stuff, it manifests quickly. You guys are in that water energy, and you're ruled by Mars and Pluto. So in the Knight of Swords, watch your words. It's manifesting quickly. As I'm saying this to you, I'm literally seeing 111 and 222 and 333. I can see like you're getting a lot of synchronicities that what you're speaking into existence is happening. I see a lot of Scorpios right now actually, like you guys are like on a whole nother psychic energy and frequency, and around June the 13th is going to be the new moon energy. So you want to plant seeds that are going to manifest greatness, because sometimes if y'all get a little frustrated, y'all get a little mad, y'all begin to just, cut people, your tongue can be a double-edged sword. I totally understand. Sometimes, people do need to hear the truth. And I know you guys are all about keeping it real. I'm a Scorpio. I keep it real. I keep it 100. But it's important that you understand that your thoughts are manifesting quickly, especially around the energy of like the 25th of June. Going into that full moon energy, which is around the 28th of June. So you want to make sure that you write down your affirmations during the new moon, which is on June the 13th. Write down your affirmations. Begin to say them to yourself. And when people really piss you off, for real, you don't want to just fly off the handle, because whatever you say others will have, you will have. So it's important that you don't do that. Okay, so that's my message for you. If you speak positivity and light, and you begin to, I know Scorpio feels like vengeance is mine, say a Scorpio. I know y'all feel like that, but with that energy and frequency, especially because you're manifesting so quickly, if you speak abundance and blessings, even like pray for those that persecute you. Like love on those that persecute you, that they may be sons and daughters, or they of the divine energy, and they may see their light, and their light may shine. Kill people with kindness, not with your words, okay? Because if you give them light and love, then that's what you will produce, okay? So I have Sagittarius in the building. Sagittarius, this is your season to reap. This is your season to reap. If you faint not, you guys have been going through major planetary changes. I mean, like literally, like especially since Saturn has gone into retrograde. There's been a lot of things coming up to be let go of and released. So this is your time of reaping if you faint not. So during the month of June, I want you to recognize yourself as not the person who is in need, but the person who is the giver. So as soon as June hits, I want you to say that I am the person that writes the checks. You know how Mary be like, she can be a hero. She write them checks with a whole lot of zero. You want to be you want to be in the energy as the God in me. The God in me. I am one in an atonement with the divine energy. I am left and right brain. I am the recipient of all of the riches on the earth and in heaven, and all that there is, through the galaxies, you want to walk in that energy. You want to start telling yourself that I got it, because what's happened is you've needed a lot of help in the last couple of months. Experience as the last 3 months, a lot of you have needed a lot of help because you've been clearing out past life karma. But this month is your month to reap if you faint not. And I can see money coming in to bless you. I literally can see houses actually being given to some of you. Like there's like secret house spirit giving me this secret storages of your blessings. So like there's stuff with your name on it that you don't even recognize that got your name on it, because of the fact that, it wasn't the season or the time. This is the divine time for you to reap. But a lot of times, you guys are that fire sign energy, so you're ready to make it. I'm gonna make it happen. I'm by myself. I'm gonna do it my own way. I got this. And you become secretive, and then no. If you faint not, you will reap. I literally can see people calling some Sagittarius up on the phone. And actually, I get the Six of Pentacles here, and you are this person, you are not this, and but you've been seeing yourself as these two, when really it's time for you to see yourself as this. And I see that this is the Six of Cups, Six of Pentacles. So I literally can see that this is going to bless your home life, your home life, your relationships, your family. Is going to be blessed. Blessings are coming. I promise you, blessings are coming. Do not give up. Do not begin to do things in your own way, in your own frequency and own energy. I want you to stay positive right now, because I know it's been tough, but there are houses that have your name on it. I literally can see people getting I'm trying to think of what it's called when someone let's say someone passed away and they left something in your name, and I see your names, it's almost I see Sagittarius, and I see a house, and I see the deed of the house is in the name of the person who's the Sagittarius, or a car, it has your name on it, or new frequency and energy that's going to bless your family life, bless you, bless home, family, create from that energy. But I can see that you're going to be definitely blessed. Definitely blessed. So, if you reap if you faint not, okay? So this is not the time to get upset and start making impulsive decisions. It's not the time. This is the time to actually begin to rejoice. Begin to rejoice and find out what, pay attention to what you're grateful for. Pay attention to what you already have. Be thankful for what you already have. Get into the energy of gratitude, because there are monuments of blessings coming in for you, Sagittarius. So that is my message for you guys. Capricorn. I literally can see here that victory is yours. Okay, victory is yours. I could see around June the 15th, around June the 15th, you've been going through some battles, especially in the work field, where you have not been getting your just due in the work field, or you have not been getting the recognition for the hard work that you've been putting in. You've been putting in a lot of work and not seeing the reciprocity for it. And you've been coming up against some people on your job that have been battling you, getting on your last nerve, that one nerve, and they keep hitting on it. That's you right now. And that's been you for a while now, and you've just been kind of burying your head and keeping it moving, because you've had some haters in the work field. But I see that actually you're going to win. You're going to win. I want you to forgive those that have been persecuting you. Forgive those that have been persecuting you. Understand that it was only for a lesson. Everything is a lesson. And it was to toughen you, but not only that, for you to see the divine in your life. But mentally, this has been something that has been hard for you, and you've been ready to quit your job, or you've been ready to get a new job, or for those of you who are looking for employment, it's almost because I see some Capricorns that are looking for employment, and you've applied for every job, and there's always somebody at that job that during the interview asks you some weird question, or it's always been some opposition in the area of your finances, or not even the finances, because you're making the money, Spirit says. It's just there's some opposition as far as people on the work field, or you trying to get the job. And so what I want you to do is I want you to write out the vision and make it plain. And what I mean by that is write out that vision. I want you to say to yourself, what's going to happen and what's not going to happen. Now, I want to tell you this. You want to stay in the positive, stay in the highest frequency of possible. Write out the vision of how you want the situation to go, and there's going to be some people that are going to be removed. So there are going to be some people from your employment that's going to be gone. The divine is not happy with the way this has been going, and so there might be some people removed, but it's going to be for your betterment. And I do see, for those of you who are Capricorns that are looking for the job is yours. Stay positive in that, but you're not going to have to go to war anymore, or because I see that a lot of you all are not really battling the elements that be, the people that be, the higher ups or whatever. You're not really battling them, but you feel like a battle within yourself, because it's like every day I'm biting my tongue, ready to like punch somebody in the face, you know? And so with that, I see that that's definitely going to change. Okay. And let's go to Aquarius. Aquarius, stop worrying about your money. I know you guys are really frivolous and blow through some cash real fast. I understand. I get it. But it's time for you to trust the divine with your finances. Like when you first get your check, okay? So when you first get your money, you're going to say, okay, I am one with the divine, masculine, feminine energy. I'm going to use this money wisely. And I want you to consciously sit down and take care of your bills first. And then after you take care of your bills first, then I want you to put some money aside. Now, Spirit is showing me that sometimes it's hard for you to put that money aside, because you'll go and you'll dip in it a little bit, because, but unless, you have a moon sign and something like an earth sign like Taurus or Virgo or Capricorn, where you're able to balance that. If you have something like your moon sign is in Pisces or Aquarius or even like Aries, you blow through money. The song I'm hearing in my head is "I got money to blow, getting it in." Like that's how Spirit is showing me that the month of June is not going to be, because you've been worried about your finances. So I want you, what I'm seeing here is for you to write out, and I want you to call upon your spiritual helpers to actually help you, like your ascended masters, like your archangels, like your ancestors, like your, like sit down consciously and do that. And then you're not like actually having to worry about it, because consciously you are doing that. And around June the 28th, June the 13th, what you're going to do is I want you to start making affirmations for your finances. Write down, like, I am wealthy and I attract wealth from the north, the south, the east, and the west. Like, I don't worry about money. Like, ask Archangel Michael to come in and transmute those energies for you of fear when it comes to how frivolous you are with your money. I see that the month of June is going to be really awesome for you, creating a foundation of helping you to not spend so frivolously. And it's going to work. It's going to work. So that is my message for you. And during the full moon, I want you to focus on what you do desire. I want you to focus on what you do desire all the time. But with those affirmations, it's going to consciously help you to break cycles that you've been creating in your subconscious and your unconscious mind. Like subconsciously you do things. If you begin to consciously help yourself at the beginning of June with the new moon energy, June the 13th, that by the 28th, let go of the fears that you have with money during the full moon energy. And I can see that June is going to be a month that is going to blow your mind and your expectations. Okay. So my last one is Pisces. I am definitely Team Pisces. I'm a Pisces sun sign in the 7th house. So I'm a Pisces in the seventh house. So what I get here is the Page of Swords for you. The Page of Swords. So what Spirit is telling me with Pisces is that you guys are so creative and so imaginative and so magical. Pisces are so magical. I'm not just saying that because I'm a Pisces, but you know, you guys are so magical, and it's important that you begin to. Reminds me of what Spirit gave me for Libra, to create from a place of, like how I told Libra, close your eyes and make believe and you can be anywhere. But this is more of, because you guys can get really down on yourself, really get sad and focus on everything that is happening with everybody else and yourself. And you know, you can see things because you're very intuitive. So you're able to see things before you can see them. And sometimes you're focusing on what you can see. But I want you to begin to create, like you know how when you're a teenager or an adolescent and you have like this idea, like it can happen, like, you know, it can happen, like this is amazing, this is awesome. And I see that this is in the area of love, because a lot of you Pisces are like, okay, so let's say you're in a, like most of you Pisces are in relationships, or I'll talk about if you're not in a relationship. So let's say you're in a relationship and you decide to, like intuitively you can see what's going on in your relationship. Sometimes you're so busy focused on that you're bringing it to pass just by thinking about it and feeling the energy. But instead of you going off of what you see intuitively, focus on what you want to create versus what you see intuitively, if that makes sense. So what you see intuitively, it's like subjective. It's subjective, and it's based off of what they decide. And you can't control anybody. You can't make them people do anything. So instead of worrying about what others are going to do or what others are going to have happen or make happen in your life, you begin to create the energy that you do want to happen based off of your closing your eyes and make believing and being and having anything you desire. And stop allowing people to put you in their vision, and you start creating the vision and saying, hey, you want to be a part of my vision? So a lot of times you guys, because of the flowiness of the energy in the water and the sensitivity, that you guys end up in other people's visions and are upset because, you know, like, I don't have a say so. But if you create your own vision and not worry about what other people's visions are, then you'll be able to create from an essence of like, and if the people who are not a part of the vision, I mean, if there's people that you may want to be a part of the vision, but if they're not of the frequency and energy in which you're creating, then it's going to be someone else. If they don't fulfill the position, somebody else will. So in relationships, it's important that you do that. And that is for Pisces. So I hope that you enjoyed this Tarotscope. I'm going to be doing this every month. My name is Brandie, Brandie with an I-E, Mullen with an E-N, no S. You can go to my website, which is Goddess Brandie, that's Brandie with an I-E, goddessbrandie.wixsite.com/Oshun, like the goddess Oshun. And I'm going to put that link in the description box below, so you guys can do that. Also, go to my Facebook. It's Brandie with an I-E, Mullen with an E-N, no S. Go to my business page on Facebook, which is Goddess Psychic Intuitive Readings by Brandie. Type that in, or if you go to my one Facebook, you can find that too. Go to my website, do not forget, which is goddessbrandie.wixsite.com, and that's WIXSITE.com/Oshun. If you would like a personal reading from me, I do all different types of readings. You could go to my bio, read my bio. I've been doing readings for over 15 years. So I do intuitive readings, I do tarot readings, and I also do astrological readings. So make sure you do that. Go to my Instagram, Miss Pisces 0304. Also on Facebook, I have two groups, Goddess Light Empowerment LLC. I am the CEO of Goddess Light Empowerment LLC. Go on Facebook, Goddess Light Empowerment LLC, Group 1 and 2. And again, my name is Brandie, Brandie with an IE, Mullen with an E and no S. You have a fabulous day. Enjoy this. And this is the Tarotscope for June of 2018. Have a great night and bye-bye.